Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend so far. Today, we're going to be diving into a project that has me very excited. Yesterday, we looked at ARDANA, which is a DeFi protocol building on top of Cardano. Today, we're also going to be covering a DeFi protocol built on top of Cardano called Meld. We're going to be getting into what Meld is. This is an altcoin that I think is going to do very well over time. They have promised a lot from this protocol, and if they fulfill and meet some of those goals and criteria set by themselves, this is an altcoin that I think is going to do very well. So we're going to get into it all in this video. We'll be explaining really right off the bat what Meld is. I'll also be going into some of the really innovative features that they bring to the DeFi table. They're essentially looking to be a kind of banking service, if you will, where you can deposit your crypto and actually take out a loan against it. So you can ultimately stay long. This is revolutionary in itself, certainly when we talk about in terms of DeFi and what it brings to humanity. But these guys have a twist. Your typical DeFi protocols will only actually allow you to borrow crypto against your crypto. Meld are trying to bring the fiat system within the DeFi space, so you can deposit your crypto and take out a loan in dollars, in euros, in Great British pounds, whatever it may be. That's what these guys are kind of aiming for. They also have a number of really interesting features like the Genius loan. So we'll get into it all in this video. There is definitely a lot to cover. Let's start. These are a couple of articles that I found interesting. Meld launches decentralized lending on Cardano for the unbanked. This is another article that we've actually previously covered. Meld, the birth of the Tesla of banking. And the reason, if you think about Tesla, they really tried to innovate the car industry and turn electric, or move towards electricity instead of your sort of traditional methods. Meld are essentially doing a similar thing with the banking realm. They're innovating it, if you will, and they're sort of bringing digital assets to life, essentially. So what is Meld? Meld, the banking stack for DeFi. Meld is the first DeFi non-custodial banking protocol. You can securely lend and borrow both crypto and fiat currencies with ease and stake your Meld tokens for APY. They currently are running staking, so you can actually start to stake your Meld if you already have some. They have 5 million tokens staked in the protocol so far. And let me tell you, I know statistically that quite a lot of these people have staked for an entire year. So a lot of this supply is already gone. Doesn't really match up with CoinMarketCap, because CoinMarketCap currently has 465 million Meld in existence, when we know that 500 million is staked. So I'd argue the market cap's a lot bigger than that. I still think this project has a very long way to go. And one thing with Meld, yes, they are building on Cardano, but they're not Cardano specific. So I've used a lot of Ethereum protocols such as Compound and Aave, which both I think have market caps, or Compound sold right out. It has had a market caps in the billions of dollars. Aave is still in the billions today because it's more used and more popular than Meld for a number of reasons. But both of these protocols are very chain agnostic, if you will. So very chain specific in the sense that you can only actually interact with Ethereum assets. Same with Aave, except for, of course, they do have a layer built on Polygon and now actually Avalanche, so they are branching out. But Meld want to be all chain inclusive. They're also working on a bridge to bring Ethereum assets over into the Cardano ecosystem. So there's a lot going on with this protocol. Even if you're not a Cardano specific kind of guy, they are almost a multi-chain borrowing and lending protocol. So they're cornering a number of markets. They're really one of the first, if not the first, people to actually allow you to borrow in fiat. Now I think it's a 50% collateral margin that these guys have. I know some protocols have up to 80. For a basic borrowing and lending protocol like Compound, essentially you can see what you get for depositing here, and you can see what you get for borrowing. So when you deposit, you're essentially agreeing to have it lent out. You will then receive a share in the rewards. DeFi again really is what it's doing is it's decentralizing centralized systems in the sense that you are the beneficiary, not the banks, in regards to depositing. And they're offering you, if you look at what it is to deposit in a bank nowadays, it's very little in terms of an APY. Certainly doesn't cover anywhere near the kind of inflation that we're seeing across the board. So this is what crypto is really offering to people. And of course, borrowing, you have your rates there. Let's read on and go through the website. Why Meld? Cash loans. Get an instant loan against your cryptocurrency holdings at a competitive APR, or get a credit line and only pay interest on what you use. So in the future, these guys are looking to have debit and credit cards. Also, they've got their DApp coming and their actually mobile app into the future. So this is a project, it's very important me stressing this, that hasn't been built out yet. They're not fully functional. They don't, so far they have staking and essentially staking, where you can deposit. I know the 12-month stake is currently not available, or it's timed out. So they do have a 6-month stake which offers 12%. So that's all you can do really currently, which is certainly for myself as an investor. I look for something that's not or in the process of being built. I don't want to be investing in something when it's already got adoption. I want to invest in it before, you know, it really starts that journey, given the sort of promise that a project like this has. So they are doing quite well so far. You can buy these on pretty much all the Cardano dexes. In fact, you can buy them on all the Cardano dexes. They're on Bitrue. I've not bought Meld on a exchange, a centralized exchange. I've bought it on a dex. So Sunday Swap, Min Swap, you can get it, Muesli Swap as well. All you got to do is have a NAMI wallet and connect it up. Also, if you want to stake with these guys, you will have to have a NAMI wallet to kind of link yourself in. Before we read on why Meld, let's actually go on how Meld works. So how it works: take out a loan using the Meld app. Choose how much cash you'd like to borrow. Add your crypto as collateral, 2x of the amount you'll take to borrow, so 50% essentially, and lock it into the Meld smart contract. Get your cash. Once the smart contract is in place, your loan is electronically transferred to your bank account anywhere in the world. So this is revolutionary and different in the sense that with most borrowing, you know, not just these two, there's Curve, there's a number of others out there. You can actually only borrow crypto. So you could borrow a USD coin, or a US dollar peg, a stable coin, but you couldn't actually have it in your bank account. And that's what these guys are doing. So they're bringing DeFi to the real world, essentially, which is why I really like this project. You know, this article that's calling them the Tesla of banking, you know, I think has got it quite spot on. So earn yields on your crypto. Your crypto collateral is added to Meld liquidity pool to generate yield and work for you for the entire lifespan of the loan. So you're actually benefiting on taking a loan out on one hand. They've got something called a Genius loan, which essentially will use the collateral you've put up, farm yield with it, and then actually pay the loan back with that yield. And of course, Meld as a protocol will take a cut, which it will kind of, you know, the Meld stakers will benefit from that. So it's an ecosystem in itself, Meld. I think they do have a visual representation on their white paper of how it works. It's quite confusing, but the basic principles of it are is it is a borrowing and lending protocol. So you can deposit and have somebody borrow and earn APY from that, and you can also you know, borrow a loan and you can get it in cash, which is really interesting. So pay back the loan, make monthly payments to pay back the interest rate and principal of your loan. Once the loan is paid off, your collateral is released to you. So once you pay the loan back, you get it back, just like every other borrowing and lending protocol. Unless of course you get liquidated. Earn all of the time, regardless if you are borrowing, lending, staking, or hodling. You are always earning yield from your crypto in Meld. So this is the kind of new thing that DeFi is bringing to the table. You know, whereas you put your money in a bank account, you're losing it essentially in regards to inflation and what that cash can actually get you, because the interest rates are just so abysmal. But not only do you have an asset that isn't cash essentially that may appreciate and depreciate. You also are earning yields on it that are realistic and sort of inflation fighting. So this is Q2. We're currently, or this is 2022. We're currently in Q1. We've got Q2 to come. I think they're actually planning on launching their borrowing and lending towards Q3. I think Q4. So Q3, Q4 is when they're looking to launch. And this is why I'm investing in them today. Remember, this is not financial or investment advice. But if this project does what I think it will, we know the current state of the cryptocurrency market. We talk about it every single day. We talk about what's affecting it and how it's not just crypto, but markets as a whole are in a very uncertain period that doesn't really provide the breeding ground for explosive to the upside markets, you know, ferocious markets. more cautionary markets that are going to take a little bit of time to sort of come back. But crypto will come back. It's very, very early on the adoption, just like Meld are early in their protocol stages. DeFi's early as a space. Crypto's extremely early as well. We yet to see a lot of that adoption take place. And a project like Meld would potentially do quite well from that. So this is the team. I've seen plenty of interviews with Ken. Hopefully we can get him on the show at some point. They've got a very, very large and impressive team as well. I know protocols out there that are in the billions, or were in the billions of dollars in terms of a market cap that had like 3 people working. So it's good to see that they've got a really strong and well built out team, plenty of partners, plenty of investors as well. They're doing very, very well. So it was just really to bring this project to your attention. You can see kind of how they work broadly. Let's go on to why Meld. So talk about some of the benefits before we really wrap this video up. We had read the first one. Protect crypto holdings. Don't let today's small expenses erode your crypto investment. Leverage the value of your crypto to borrow cash when you need it. So essentially you'll be able to not have to sell your crypto. I know people personally that have sort of ran into hardship and essentially had to liquidate their crypto, which has been a painful experience for them because they've had no other choice. This is providing you with that other choice and a number of benefits for taking that choice as well. So built on Cardano, the Meld protocol is built on the Cardano blockchain, a next generation blockchain delivering fast, safe and cost efficient effective infrastructure for a new generation of DeFi. Decentralized and trustless, a world-class DeFi protocol. Meld uses smart contracts to ensure complete transparency and fairness for all parties. So the smart contract aspect is, it's not the bank holding it, it's not Meld holding it, it's a Cardano smart contract that it gets locked into, where you have the blockchain secure the contract essentially and make sure that, when certain criteria is met, it's released, not a bank that can kind of play around with things. So it never actually, you kind of gain control, if you will. Borderless and democratic. Economic and political changes can't alter Meld's smart contracts. Our DeFi protocol is safe from changing laws and unexpected events. So it's decentralized in a sense. Stable yields. Let your crypto work for you. Earn yields for your staking pool as well as rewards in Meld. Absolutely. So not only do Meld holders benefit from staking, they benefit from the rewards generated from the protocol. So this is the idea of decentralizing and sort of spreading the power through the ranks. So that's really all I have for you guys. There is a lot coming for this project. We will, if you guys want me to keep you up to date on this project, I absolutely will. We like to cover, just like we covered ARDANA yesterday, which is a project that I think will do really well. Meld is another one. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to come on the Cardano blockchain. Its ecosystem is very small. It's in infancy. Lots of people are waiting for the hard fork in June. I think it's June or July that we'll see a kind of pipeline really back things up and they'll be able to harness that. But, we're on a trajectory now that I think we're going to see through. So yeah, I'm starting to ramble on. So that's really all I have for you guys. Meld is the project. I think it could do very well. Remember, you can stake Meld currently. To find their app, go over to @Meld_labs. Make sure it is the right one. Go on their app, connect your wallet, and if you want to stake, you can. I think you've got a 6-month option, which offers a 12% APY. They do have flexi staking coming as well. There's lots going on with this protocol, but that is the basic principle. They're a borrowing and lending protocol with some twists and terms. One of the interesting ones being the Genius loan. Also, you've got the fact that you can borrow in fiat and a number of other things. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next YouTube video. Enjoy your Saturdays, and I'll catch you in the next one.